Hey, this is 6 Volt in Von Doom's lab. So this video is going to be pretty quick, just to show you a preview of Hook of the Reaper version 1.1.5. Man, why did I make that version numbers too long? But anyways, here as you can see I have Hook of the Reaper and of course House of the Dead 4 is getting set up, and also some of the QT here. This is where I do all the writing of the code now here, and I can output like the debug information. So I'm going to kind of give you a little look under the hood of how things work. So I'm going to start House of the Dead 4 up really quick so you can see it, and you can see some debug information showing up back here. And what this is, it's called a QMap, and it's kind of the output signals and here, let me erase it. The output signals and the commands that go with it. So you can see here's an output signal of the game P1 ammo. So what's happening here, it's using ammo value for the reload and recoil. Then you got the display, the damage is here, so P1 damage does damage, life does display life. Then I actually made it 4 players. I know House of the Dead 4 is not 4 players, but I kind of just show kind of some of the features that I'm doing here. So on this one, P2 ammo just has reload value, and it's not doing ammo value. But if you come over here, it's using the CTM recoil as the recoil. So it's doing a different recoil, different way. Even though it's still using ammo for reload, it's getting recoil from the CTM recoil signal. Then everything else is the same, the damage and the life. So let's go to player 3. So player 3, here's the ammo that has display ammo. On this one, it's using, which I don't really use too much anymore. I don't use anymore. This P3 clip for reload. Then damage here, but this one's a little different because it's using the gun motor signal for the recoil. And the reason for that is the gun motor signal is the rumble recoil. So since it's a rumble recoil, I can use the recoil rumble to solenoid command. So now that's using a totally different recoil and reload than the first two. Then as we come to the last player, player 4, it's using reload value from ammo to reload. Then it's using recoil value. So you can see pretty much all the different kind of recoils are being used with all the different guns. So actually the gun is the same. So usually you can say, hey, the patterns is set up that way. I can set up the pattern, put the commands in. But okay, so let's switch out the guns to a different gun and see what happens. So now, if the pattern was set up to use 4 different recoils, it should be the same exact thing, the output. So let me load up the game again and see what happens. So then we can go throughout the whole thing. So as it loads up, as you can see, now it loads up. Also, I put in a blocker so it doesn't run the game. So I'm not playing any games, so it's only going so far. Okay. Now I exited out of the game. So okay, here's the second one. So it has P1 ammo, but there's just reload. It's not using ammo value as the first time. Oh, it's using actually recoil versus the first one used ammo value. So then the second one used recoil, right? So second one, P2, is recoil here, and that one's using recoil too. So no change there, but if we go to the next one, see it's using clip for reload, but then now it's using ammo for reload. And also recoil is being used. And it's not the gun motor, as you can see over here. It was the gun motor for the third one. So right here is the player 3 was using the gun motor, where now it's using recoil. Then on the last one, it was using recoil value. And now you get down here, you can see it's using recoil now. So it's not set in the pattern. So how is this happening? Well, I'll explain it when I release the new version. But this is kind of pretty exciting, because when I started Ogre the Reaper, as you probably all know, I was kind of trying to get main hooker started, and it wasn't really working well for me then. But I found out I had to make pretty much custom INI game files for pretty much every game for every kind of light gun. And I'm like, that kind of sucks. So, my main kind of goal was to use one pattern for everything. And of course, when I released Ogre the Reaper, I actually had multiple patterns. I had the recoil, then I had the ammo value for some. So, even when it released, I had multiple patterns. And the reason why I did that is I didn't know how things were going to come in the future. As I wrote the code and put things together, I had to figure out, okay, how do these things work? How they're going to get together? Then once I kind of figure out how things work and all that, I can kind of converge onto the point. And then this release, version 1.1.5, is that kind of convergence point where everything's going to come together now. And then we can finally have one pattern for a game. So now, hopefully, we'll just have one game file, and that's it. So no more. So no more recoil game files, no more ammo, files, no more all these separate ones. If people now, if the game supports it, like House of the Dead 4, you can use all the different recoils on it if you want to, and then you can skin it. You can pick which ones you want from it. So then also I got the reload covered. So I know some people don't like, hey, I don't like the reload. I don't like it vibrating when I reload. I don't want that. So I got you covered there. So that's going to be more explain how it all works, and I release it. So it's pretty cool. So I got all the code done. It's working. So I'm just in the testing phase. So once I get it all tested out, making sure it's working and all that, and I'll release it, and I'll do a release video explaining how it all works and all things. But I just wanted to give you a heads up, like now it's finally coming together. So, and also this is kind of mostly, it's like ending the light gun kind of major code. So I'm sure I'm going to have some bugs, some changes, like in advanced features, but this is kind of more locking down the code for the light guns. So then after this, I'll be moving on to get the game files. And that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to do more game files, is because if I was converging, trying to make it into one game file, I don't want to keep on changing all these game files around until I knew exactly how it's all going to come together. But now it's all coming together. Now I can work on the game files, get the database up, and have a lot more games. So that'd be really cool. And also people can finally send them to me and everything. Then I can finally start working on the LED displays stuff, the LED controllers, and external displays. So, but that's it. Hopefully I'll release it pretty soon. I'm going to be busy. My daughter's having a graduation here pretty soon, so I don't know when I'm going to release it. Hopefully maybe a couple of days, maybe 5 days. So maybe later. I don't. With me, you never know, kind of with my health and all that. So, but at least all the code is done. Like I said, now I'm just testing it. So hopefully it comes out soon, so I get to show you everything. So take care. Bye.